So here's your host, Kim Berns.
Welcome to Anything Goes with Kim Berns. I'm Meredith Bach, and we have a special show today. Although Kim isn't here, we have Mr. Marty Hackel, Mr. Style. Welcome to the show, Marty.
Good morning, Meredith. How are you?
I'm great. We're so happy to have you here today. Kim is flying off to New Orleans to do something, so we're going to cover for her. And we're gonna talk about Anything Goes golf today, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why we're very happy to have you in the studio today. We've got a great show. Walter Iooss, who is the Sports Illustrated award-winning photographer, will be on the show with us at the start of the show. And then we're going to be talking with Megan Francella from the LPGA, Women Who Play. She's a former, not only is she a former pro golfer and a caddy on the LPGA Tour, but she's a former Port Chester resident, right over the border.
She's
there.
a local, and she's
a
done
local.
everything.
She's
She's
a local.
caddied.
That's
She's
right.
been in every angle.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to Megan about what's going on with the LPGA and how we're going to get more women to play golf. So that'll be good.
Right.
And then our third guest, we're jamming him in today, is Scott Mahoney, our good friend from the luxury brand Peter Millar. And not Peter Miller.
Yes, Peter Millar.
Yeah, exactly. So, Marty, tell me what's going on. You were out at Shinnecock a few days ago playing some golf for the U.S. Open.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's so cool. They've lengthened
really?
They've lengthened the course. It's now 7,445 yards.
Is that the longest on the tour?
No. Actually, Erin Hills last year when they played the Open was 78.45. So it's not the longest, but it's a par 70, and it is tough. You've got some holes where, like that par 5 fifth, I couldn't even make the fairway from the back tee.
Yeah.
It's 255 yards just to carry it over the last bunker.
Yeah.
So they've shaved around the greens now. So while the greens might look bigger, they're actually playing a little bit smaller.
And the rough is probably really rough.
The rough is normal out there.
Okay.
There's always a lot of rough. Corin Crenshaw worked with the USGA, and I think the course is going to be fabulous.
Excellent. Good. Well, before we get into a couple of our guests and so on, I have a couple shout-outs. I have to give a couple of our listeners a hello. My dentist, Dr. Jim Wood, is hopefully listening today. I went to have a cleaning yesterday, and he just got back from Scotland. So a shout-out to Dr. Jim Wood. Hopefully you guys are all listening at the office. I also noticed that the Greenwich Magazine June issue just arrived, and I want everyone to go pick up their issue or probably just in the mailbox and check out the Faces of Greenwich. My colleagues over at Rand Insurance, Carter and Lindsay, are on there. They have a full page.
Yeah,
as you can
they
see,
look great.
Looks really good. Face of Experience in Insurance. So looks good. Everyone get your Greenwich Magazine issue. It's a good one on the stands right now. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about, Marty? What have you been up to other than out at Shinnecock?
Well, I went through the merchandise tent.
Yeah.
Which for me is
That'll be
like
good.
Christmas shopping.
Were you wearing the Phil Mickelson look, or tell us?
We're going to talk about that Phil Mickelson look a little bit later.
All right, good.
Maybe even with
Scott on the
Mahoney
line.
And get some advice
You
on
pulled
that.
it off the other day when you were at Quaker Ridge, so I thought that was
pulled
good.
it off because I wore a necktie with it.
Yeah, you looked
and
good.
it was a knit necktie, so it worked. It worked for me.
Yeah.
But the merchandise tent at the U.S. Open is going to be so cool.
It's going to be great.
It's huge. They have lots of cool brands. They even have added a few this year.
Oh, good.
B. Draddy, that's one of the new brands.
Oh, our friend Billy Draddy
new
from Rye.
Eras over there. I mean, Task, which is another really cool brand, is there. And, boy, I'll tell you, I had my eyes on a U.S. Open mug.
Oh, yeah?
At $12.99. So everything isn't $90.
Yeah.
You know, you can, with $50, you can buy a ton of cool
I usually like to buy a
stuff.
ball marker and a Tervis tumbler or that kind of thing.
Oh, Tervis is there, absolutely.
Good. I think the last time you and I did some shopping was at the PGA over at Baltusrol last year or the year before when we walked around the tent
bought
there.
umbrellas. I think it was raining the whole time.
My parking
almost.
spot was in the mud, so I didn't have a good parking spot. And parking is the critical piece of the experience.
I'm taking the
golf
train
tournament.
out there. I'm taking the LIRR from New York City directly to Shinnecock.
Yeah.
I'm going to get off the train. I'm going to walk over the overpass.
Over the bridge.
And I'm going to be right in front of the merchandise
Bob,
tent.
have you been to the U.S. Open out at Shinnecock ever?
I have never done that.
They have an unbelievable bridge that they've built to go over the Montauk Highway, and they keep it there because they know they're going to come back 7 years later or whenever the cycle is. And they keep this so that the guests can walk over versus
so it's a
shutting
footbridge.
down. It's a bridge for
footbridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's something that everyone gets an opportunity to walk over when they go to that. I'm going to miss this tournament because I have to go to a wedding in Vermont, but I'll be playing golf up there, so that'll be good.
Good. Well, tune in anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. What I wanted to ask you was, what have you been up to in terms of playing? Now, where do you like to play around here, and how's your game?
Oh, I had a tough week last week. I played Shinnecock on Monday, and then on Tuesday I went over and played in the Fashion Institute of Technology golf event at Quaker Ridge, where they're going to have the Curtis Cup.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and Quaker Ridge is in fantastic shape. We had just a great time.
That's good.
It's a beautiful course.
Were there women players there, too?
Yes, there were.
Any clothing standouts there?
It was raining.
Oh,
so
they had their rain gear on.
It's always a challenge when it's raining because everyone looks like they're in either navy or black rain suits. And you know, we got to get more Galvin Green in the U.S. Where they've got some colorful things.
I do like my rain suit.
Or Chooz. Chooz is another great rainwear brand.
All right.
Also from Switzerland.
And these brands that you're talking about, Marty, how do we find them? Will you be posting that on Instagram and some things like that? How do we learn about that?
Yeah, I will. But you know what the easiest way to find them is? Go to Trendy Golf.
Okay.
If you go to trendygolf.com, you'll find all of the cool stuff.
Okay, good.
You'll also find a lot of the scripting. All of these golf companies now that have players that wear their brand, they script them for the major tournaments.
Yeah.
So they say, Ricky, you got to wear this green thing on Tuesday and this on Wednesday, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll find all of that scripting over at Trendy Golf.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's great.
Now, we're going to dial up Walter Iooss, who is a Sports Illustrated photographer. He's done 300 covers. A couple swimsuit issues, but before we get him on the line, what's your take on the hockey and the basketball that's going on? We've got the NBA Finals and we've got the Stanley Cup Finals. Are you following any of that?
Yeah, that Stanley Cup Final is so much fun. What is going on with that pre-game stuff? It's like wild. It's like 20
drama.
minutes of It's Vegas, baby.
I love to see that the Las Vegas team is in the finals of their first season. This is incredible. It's a great story.
Yeah, and 1-1, so it's perfect.
Let's try Walter again, and let's try him. Oh, okay. We're getting his voicemail, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, and Walter's had so many great, cool things that he's done in his life.
Yeah,
I mean, and he's published a lot of books.
I want to ask him a little bit about tennis. Serena Williams is out there playing at the French Open. Have you seen that outfit she was wearing?
Oh, that black?
Yeah.
The tights?
Yeah.
How cool. I think that's
She looks
great.
like she's in a scuba outfit.
Wait a second. Listen, anytime, and it's the same thing with Phil. Yeah, I don't think Phil's shirt fit him well, but you got to give him thumbs up for at least trying to do something different. And good for Serena for doing that. She just had a baby.
I know.
And boy, she looks great.
Yep. She hasn't played in a major since last January at the Australian Open. So we got to give her some credit. But she could be a rough for against other players because she could spoil some of this tournament because of her obviously expertise, but she is ranked 435th in the world, something like that.
Oh, yeah, but she'll jump way up there.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with her last year at the Audemars Piguet.
Oh, nice.
One of her sponsors.
Oh, good.
Did an event, and she was there.
Oh,
she
cool.
was just so cool
I do think
to hang with.
I think Maria Sharapova is going to be a spoiler, too, but we'll talk about that after.
Okay, stay tuned.
Walter, are you with us?
I am with you.
Thank you so much. Great to have you on Anything Goes, and today we're calling it Anything Goes Golf because, as you know, I have Mr. Style sitting next to me.
That's a lot to take in.
Hello, Walter.
Hi, Marty. How are you doing? Great.
I'm doing fantastic.
Thanks for being on the show with us today. Walter,
you're
you are an incredible photographer, Sports Illustrated, Golf Digest, as Marty reminded me. My first question out of the gate for you, and then I'm going to let Marty run this one. What photograph that you took was the most worthwhile to you? Ooh, I stumped him.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Well, I have to narrow it to two.
Okay, that's good.
50 years is hard to narrow it to one. I would either rank it as Michael Jordan's slam dunk in 1988.
Is that the one that is now on the back of all his sneakers? The same look?
That's a different photograph. That look, that spread eagle look, was taken by a different photographer. The other would be a football play called The Catch, Dwight Clark's Catch in 1981 or 2.
I'm old enough to remember that.
Yeah, Marty was already like an ARP when that took place. So I'd say those two.
That's great. Those are good.
There are a group of them.
You've done 52 years of the Super Bowl. Is that right? You've done every Super Bowl.
Every one so far.
How fantastic. But, Walter, let's talk about golf for a minute. If we had a highlight reel of your golf career, give me the number one highlight.
Playing Augusta 2 weeks ago.
Oh, my gosh. Did you really?
Name dropper.
How was it? Tell us.
Well, what you see on television and what actually takes place there when you play are not only is your mind running amok on the putting greens, it's the most perfect, difficult, magnificent historical golf course you'll ever go to.
I've been there half a dozen times to walk around, but I did not play. Marty,
Walter,
did you?
Yes, I have. Did you play the par 3?
Yes, we did.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that great? And what was your favorite hole in the par 3?
The first one, because I birdied it.
Oh, come on. That's how you started?
Yeah, I was pretty good there. So.
Did you take any photographs while you were there?
Are you out of your mind? I would take my cell phone out unless my host begged me, and then he might lose his membership.
You can up until Wednesday, as I recall.
Oh, well, this was...
during the tournament,
okay.
But when you're there as a guest, you have to be on your best behavior.
I didn't have a cell phone anywhere near me while we were playing.
That's great
restraint. I was left in the room.
Great restraint.
Yeah, great restraint.
Where did you stay on the property, Walter?
We stayed in the Clifford Roberts cabin.
Oh, cool.
Right on the property. Yeah, it was like...
Very cool.
Everything about it was beyond belief. We started off playing the back 9. Then we got delayed by thunderstorms. And then the next day we played 18 and then the par 3.
Oh, how great.
This is Anything Goes on 1490 WGCH, and we're talking with award-winning sports photographer Walter Iooss.
So, Walter...
I'd like to add one more about Augusta.
Sure, tell us.
That none of my hosts recognize. It's draped in green, obviously, the green coat. Even their illuminated exit signs, which are normally red, are green there.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
Very subtle.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm walking onto Disney World for adults when I get there.
Did you have any wine there, Walter, at dinner?
Who's asking me this question? I got to be careful who I answer. I tasted wine.
Oh, my God.
Wine. We went to the wine cellar.
Isn't that spectacular?
Yes, it was cold, but it was spectacular. I had tequila most of the time I was there.
Oh, there you go.
Just to be honest.
Walter, in my research for you, I read that you were a competitive tennis player. Do I have that correct?
Well, competitive up to a certain level, obviously.
I know you played with Bjorn Borg.
I did. We played doubles together.
How'd that go?
Well, I was very nervous, obviously, because we played the number 1 and 2 players in Antigua on the island. And the whole hotel came. It was a big tennis hotel. And what's going through my mind is, who are you going to hit the ball to? Iooss or Borg?
It's funny.
You're going to get drilled.
Yeah, Walter, it's funny you say that because I played doubles with Ken Rosewall, and the first thing Rosewall said to me is, you want the ad side or you want the backhand? And I went, are you kidding me?
I just hope I can stay standing,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Then
cool.
during warm-ups, I was so nervous, I hit a ball off the handle of my racket backwards over the baseline, over the fence. And my son yelled, "Good shot!"
Oh, there you go. Walter,
you know. 4 shots, I hit 4 winners, and from that point, I remembered nothing until we stood at the net, and they say, "Do you want to play a third set?"
Oh, gosh.
How wonderful.
That's how deep I went into the inner sanctum.
Well, I have about 10 million more questions for you, Walter, but I think we're going to run out of time here.
Let's ask him one more that won't stump him.
How was photographing Tiger Woods? Was that fun?
I've always had a good relationship with Tiger. You know, he's always like very buttoned down when he comes. He comes to do something. You know, you get your 10 minutes or your 9 minutes.
Exactly.
Or the last shoot he showed up, he was going to show up at 11:59 a.m. Not 12. But we always work well together. I like Tiger.
And you did that marvelous
professional
Polaroid shot of him once
at
Isleworth. Yeah.
Yeah, we've always had a good relationship.
I've worked with Tiger over the years as well, and we always got along. But I'm thinking because I was blonde. Maybe.
Really?
No, you probably because you have a really positive personality.
I do. Tiger and I got along very well. Very well. So, anyway,
he
Walter.
Never asked you out?
No, because that would. I'm a little older.
Okay, just checking.
Walter,
I can ask a question too.
Yes, I'm glad you did. We're so happy to have you on the show. Thanks for calling in with us, and we look forward to having you on maybe another time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walter, see you soon, buddy.
Walter Iooss,
right,
thank
Marty.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is 1490 WGCH. We'll be right back.
From the WGCH Weather Center.
Skies clouding over today. Cooler weather, scattered rain showers developing 66 to 72. Occasional showers tonight, 60 to 65. Scattered showers.